Hey Taurus, I'm Eleanor and welcome to Peaches by Starlight Tarot. This is your weekly pick a card reading and we are talking all about connecting to some healing energy, healing gifts that you had from your past that you maybe never explored or maybe gave credit to. Welcome to my new space. I'm on the floor where I prefer to be, but I'm apologize if things are a little janky while I get used to it. So anyway, I'm using the Chrysalis Tarot and Earth Wisdom Oracle. I have stack 1, 2, and 3. They're timestamped below so you can skip to the one or more than one that you feel like is meant for you. This is a general reading for the collective, so if these things don't seem to apply to you and you would like a personal reading, my Etsy page is linked below and you can check that out. Like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. I come out with these every single week, although I am thinking about changing it up. Instead of doing a pick a card, to do just one bigger general reading and then a twin flame reading. I'm just kind of kicking around the idea, so let me know what you think. If you like it the way I do it, or if you would think maybe changing it up would be a good idea. So, make sure I put these where I can remember which is which, unlike poor Aries. Okay, stack 1. You have the Empress, 10 of Spirals, which is like the 10 of Wands, and Transformation. Okay. So, this transformation they're talking about is going to be regarding bringing your external and your internal more into, like, you're bringing your external more into alignment with your ideals. And that isn't to say that you haven't been living in integrity up until now, but it's going to be something that you're going to make a bigger part of your life, a little bit more public, something that you're just going to make a bigger deal about it, more visible. And so you may need to lighten up on yourself in order to allow this to come in and to put down some self-judgment burdens. It feels kind of like the way something is trying to be reborn here. So there's some kind of major way that you are being called to connect more with nature or creativity. Something is trying to come to life here, and there may be a sense of that you don't deserve it, or that who are you to think that way, or to be that way, or to show up that way, or to have that kind of life only because of who you've been so far. Like, this new thing, this new way may be contrary to choices you made before, contrary to philosophy you may have held before, contrary to something you've even been outspoken about. So it's that sense of like being not allowed to change. Like, once you're this, you're always this, and people being not having credibility about this new aspect of yourself because of who you've been. Kind of like, oh, you're vegan now? Miss loves steak or whatever. There's something about this change that you feel like won't be accepted because it is so different from who you've been. And so that is this burden that you have to let go of. This is what's holding you back, this feeling like you not being able to see the path forward because of so much accumulation of past energy, and where you've put your passions and where you put your energy in the past is still kind of being toted around. So, and this is I want you to hold up that image again, because this is what's trying to be reborn. This Empress is what's trying to come to life. She's been in there all along. And it's time to transition from this philosophy and to allow this to be reborn. And I feel like you want it very badly and are just having that self-judgment, self-critical, like, yeah, I won't be taken seriously because I used to be so different. And they're asking you to let that go and to explore what it is that's trying to come in for you. So stack 2, you have the 6 of Mirrors, that's like the 6 of Cups. 10 of Scrolls, that's like the 10 of Swords. And Rest. All right. So off the bat, when I talk about healing energy, I'm feeling like you may be saying like, what the hell? That's not, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. That's not me. I've never had anything like that. I've never felt that way. Nah, not me. I never. So that's why your assignment is to relax. I would say 10 of Swords with this rest. This feels very 4 of Swords to me, where you're turning off your mind, where you can't, if you're attempting to use your critical thinking skills to figure out what this could be, it's not going to work. You won't get there. You're going to think yourself in circles. And so they're wanting you to, so you combine these two energies, this rest and 6 of Cups. This is going to be talking about daydreaming, memory lane. So looking at your past, where we talk about this being a gift from your past or a gift from your childhood, something that you were born with, that's your birthright that you've lost connection with. So don't go analyzing your past the way a therapist would, or thinking really hard about it. They're asking you to kind of daydream down memory lane, if that makes any sense. And so there is there's a lingering lesson keeping you from accessing and taking control and direction of this gift and recognizing what it is. So you aren't going to be able to see it from the inside. You have to step outside of the loop to distance yourself and literally to catch up on sleep, because then you get more REM, and that's the REM sleep, that's your dream time. And the more of that you get, the more vivid they become, the more information will become, the more emotions that get stirred up in that. Like at first they might be, if you are sleep deprived, those first few dreams are kind of random and weird and just don't make any sense and are more funny and useless. But if you start to get more of that over time, they do become more informative. They become more real. They become more colorful. And they start to stir up things that make so much more sense and can be more informative. And so I wanted to point out how both of these cards have these palm fronds, and it's not like every card in the deck has them. These two in particular have that symbolism. I don't know what the noun of that. Sorry. But that's referring to, that's like a reference to the High Priestess. That's your intuition. That is peace and unity. That's third eye. So that's something you can't access mentally. So rest your mind, and let's see what bubbles up for you. Stack 3, you have the 2 of Stones. That's like the 2 of Pentacles. The Minstrel, King of Stones. That's the King of Pentacles. And self-acceptance. Okay. So this self-acceptance card, this is going to be like a bold call to overcome society's programming about almost brainwashing to believe that you aren't enough, to resist that call to buy more, that drumbeat of buy this, buy that, to be more, to be better. And to do so means accepting your dual nature. That we're really sold this state of like this best life, and that happiness is the only acceptable state. And if you aren't in a constant state of bliss, you're doing something wrong or you're a failure. And really what we want is wholeness, is to be whole. And what that means is to feel all of your feelings, to be just as accepting of yourself when you're in your jammies with your fucked up hair as you are when you're all dolled up to be on YouTube, or whoops, or when stuff like that happens. to not feel like, oh, I have to start the film over and make it perfect. It's like, whatever. Because it's whole. It is as it is. Perfectly imperfect. So accepting yourself whether you're tired or energized, meh or jazzed. Life is rhythm. So not like music. Music has highs and lows. It has slowdowns and speed ups. It has crescendos and decrescendos. A constant high-pitched note isn't music. So to be honest, to just be at a constant high note isn't. Alright, this is my personal opinion, but I don't consider it music. It's not, it doesn't have the flow and the ups and downs and the ins and outs that music or life have. So don't get hung up on this judging yourself for the valleys or having the highs and lows and having good days and bad days and not living your life, living your best life every single day, because that's not really living a whole life. That's living only some of your days, only some of your time. So healing rhythms is part of your well-being. And so what you're healing yourself of this all or nothing balance. And then in that way, when you do that, you become a way shower. This is more because of this card here. This has more to do with you doing this so that you can show the way for others. It doesn't stop with you. Okay, Taurus? I'll talk to you in a week. Thank you.